Hey guys, Hitman89 here, and welcome to this Red Dead Redemption 2's honest review. The game came out 2 days ago on PS4 and Xbox One, and I wanted to take my time to make sure this review is as accurate as possible, so I hope you like it. So Red Dead Redemption 2 is a Western-themed action-adventure open-world game that's been developed and published by Rockstar Games, and if you haven't played the first one, it's okay, because RDR2 takes place in 1899, so around 10 years before the first one. You play as Arthur Morgan, an outlaw and a member of Dutch's gang, and that's all I'm gonna say about the story, so don't worry, I won't spoil anything. Now without further ado, let's start this review with the graphics. Now keep in mind this is the PS4 version, so when it comes to the graphics and performance, it's only comparable to the Xbox One version. The PS4 Pro and Xbox One X versions are a little more beautiful and the frame rate is a little more stable. Speaking of which, the frame rate is only stable in open areas and small cities. At first I really thought the game was super smooth, I mean for a console version obviously, since it only runs at 30 FPS, but as soon as you go to a big city, the frame rate drops drastically. That's when it comes to the game's performance. Now let's talk about the graphics. The game is beautiful and very detailed. You know, the draw distance is pretty good. I didn't notice a lot of pop-up action, and there are tons of trees, grass, animals. I mean, the world might be a little bit empty, but it definitely feels alive. And by the way, the animations are perfect. They're about as good and detailed as the graphics. Now aside from Arthur's and some of the main characters, I didn't really like the faces, especially female faces, probably because they're not hidden with facial hair and cowboy hats and all that stuff like male characters. In my opinion, the textures they used for faces are way too low res. Hair doesn't look that good either, and it's a shame really, because better looking faces and hair would have made RDR2's graphics look perfect, especially for an open world game, so I'm gonna give the graphics a 9.5 out of 10. Moving on to the sound, and we're gonna start with the soundtrack, which is made by Woody Jackson, who also composed Red Dead Redemption 1's soundtrack. And needless to say, Red Dead Redemption 2's soundtrack is perfect. The sound effects are also perfect. When combined with the graphics, you can be sure you'll be fully immersed in this game. I'll let you listen to the game's audio for around 10 seconds before we talk about the dialogues. I don't know if you guys noticed, but most games made by Rockstar have great voice acting, and I'm glad to say Red Dead Redemption 2 is no exception. It feels like you're actually watching a movie, but not everything is perfect. For example, there are some small volume related issues. Sometimes when someone is talking to you and you turn around or walk away, you won't be able to hear them anymore, even if you're still like 3 feet away from them. Anyways, I'm gonna give the sound a 9.5 out of 10, and I'm gonna let you listen to a cutscene for 15 seconds before we move on to the gameplay.
This is a sideline.
Of course. Look at us. Honest as the day is long.
Exactly.
I tell you what. Let us prove ourselves.
Prove ourselves? To this clown? What you talking about?
Good day, Hosea. Good luck with your business dealings.
Listen.
And now that we're gonna be talking about the gameplay, there are a lot of features and gameplay mechanics that Red Dead Redemption 2 has to offer. You can choose your approach, stealth or guns blazing. You can customize Arthur's appearance, hair, clothes, and also weapons, horses, etc. Your weapons will degrade, by the way, so you'll have to maintain them, clean them yourself, or just take them to a gunsmith and ask him to fix them for you. By the way, there are tons of things that you can do apart from the main story and side missions. You can play poker, dominoes, you can go hunting, fishing, taking pics, and I'm probably forgetting many things. Or maybe I haven't discovered them yet. Long story short, you won't get bored in the world of Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, and don't forget to eat, sleep, and take a bath every now and then. You'll also have to wear clothes that go with the ambient temperature if you don't want to get too cold or too hot. That's how deep the game mechanics are. Everything is so detailed. Even the gore system is great, and I know I'm a sick fuck because I love this type of stuff. By the way, I'll make a separate vid where I test the game's AI, gore system, freedom, physics, basically all the stuff that makes this game realistic. Oh, and I don't know if this will bother some of you guys, but you should know that you can't dive underwater. It doesn't bother me personally, so for me the gameplay is perfect, and that's why I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Moving on to the game's replayability, and it'll take you around 60 hours to finish the main story, and I don't know how long to finish all the side missions and explore the whole map, you know, do all the side activities, etc. But let's not forget that right now we're still only talking about single player. When Red Dead Online goes live, the game will probably last at least 5 years. I mean, look at GTA 5. Anyways, I'm gonna give the replayability a 10 out of 10, and I'm gonna move on to the fun factor. So far I played the game for a little over 20 hours and I didn't get bored yet. I don't think I'm gonna get bored because the game is super addicting. I can't wait to finish editing this review so I can go back and rob some honest people because I'm a piece of shit. But anyways, I'm gonna give the fun factor a 10 out of 10. Now when it comes to the value for money, I think $60 for Red Dead Redemption 2 is a good price, at least in my opinion. Even if it was only a single player game, I think for the amount of time you're gonna be enjoying yourself in its crazy western world, it's definitely worth every penny. Let alone when Red Dead Online comes out, so the value for money is also gonna get the 10 out of 10. Like I said in the beginning of this review, the only two things that bothered me about Red Dead Redemption 2 is the bad performance in large cities and the average looking faces. That being said, Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best open world game I ever played, and I'm gonna give it a 9.8 out of 10. That's gonna be it for this review. Thanks for watching, appreciate it a lot. By the way, if you have Red Dead Redemption 2 on PS4, a good mic, and you wanna play Red Dead Online with me, just add me on PSN and we'll play it whenever it's out. Speaking of which, I'll also be reviewing Red Dead Online in a separate vid in November, so stay tuned. Don't forget to leave a like if you found this review useful, subscribe if you're new to the channel. It's been Hitman89, see you guys very soon.
X gon' give it to you. Fuck, wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you. Knock, knock, open up the door, it's real. With the non-stop